ago, I created a video series called My Top 10 ADHD Products That I Love and Use Every Day. And it did so well on my channel, and I have not done a video update in quite a few years, so I thought I would share with you what are the updates on the products that I actually still use, what are some new ones that I still use that I've added into my routine that have actually made a difference in my ADHD and now AuDHD, as I was diagnosed with autism last year. So now I'm AuDHD, so some of the stuff that I worked well for my ADHD brain didn't work well for my autistic brain, vice versa. But I feel like I have to do an update on the things that have actually stuck in my routine and then the things that have actually been removed. Now, the one thing I want to say before I start this video is I have a new motto, which is if I use it every day, I can invest more money into it. More money and more research. So this is important because a lot of times, like we'll spend a lot of money on something that we use maybe a few times a year or seasonally. If you use something every single day repeatedly and it's something that you truly do use every day, invest in it. Spend more money, get a better version of it so that it actually helps improve your day-to-day. So that has been my new motto. So if I use it every day, then I can be able to spend a little bit more on it and then actually invest and figure out what actually works for me. Also, dopamine and aesthetics do matter to me when it comes to some of these products. So some of them I do pick them because of the color or how fun it is, but it also has to be useful. So don't make it boring, make it fun, and that's another part to think about as well. And then lastly, decluttering is a huge part of this. Getting rid of stuff that you don't use anymore. I'll be sharing with you some ways that I do this. One of my biggest hacks is to join a Facebook group called Buy Nothing, especially if you live in the US. Mostly for the US based people. If you look up Buy Nothing and find your local neighborhood, you can join a Facebook group called Buy Nothing with your city in it. And you can get rid of stuff. You can also find some free stuff as well. But I like to use it to get rid of stuff where I don't have to take a trip to the Goodwill or bring it somewhere. I don't have to waste my time hosting a Facebook marketplace, which sometimes takes a lot out of me. And I can just get rid of it. And they just literally come to my house. I put it in front of my door and people pick it up and then I don't have to have that clutter anymore. It's very, very handy. I use it almost daily and it's something that has really transformed my life, getting rid of stuff. Because one of the biggest things about us is we work better when our house is less cluttered. We work better with better environmental design. And I think that's something that I've been really working on the last couple of years. So getting rid of stuff that you don't need anymore, that you've stopped using, that maybe you bought. Don't use the sunk cost fallacy of, oh, I bought this, I spent money on it. If it doesn't work for you, get rid of it. It was a mistake. That's okay. You move on, you find something better. For me, that has been a huge shift in my life, is just getting rid of it, getting it to someone who actually might use it, and getting it out of your hair. Before I forget, make sure to subscribe also to my Substack, where I send out newsletters every Tuesday with new YouTube videos or helpful tips about ADHD. I also do monthly workshops on there if you join my paid Substack. So I hope you check it out. It's called the Red Thread Toolbox, and I hope you guys check it out below. All right, category number one is my daily kitchen tools. Now, I've done a bunch of different product videos in the past about what I use in my kitchen, but they have definitely been updated, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorites. So the first thing that I still use after many, many years, I've been using this for about 5 years, is my air fryer. Now, my air fryer has shifted over the years. I used to have a big black one. Now I have a glass one. Highly recommend glass for 3 reasons. Number one, non-toxic with glass. Number 2, you can actually watch what's being made so you can see if it's actually getting done. And number 3, it's a lot easier to clean. So much easier to clean. So those are the 3 reasons I would pick a glass air fryer over any other type of air fryer. And then also, I use it every day. If you live by yourself, if you don't like to cook, really, really helpful to have. There's a bunch of other tools that I have bought in the past that I ended up not using. For example, my Instant Pot, I rarely use that. I keep it in the garage. My blender, I don't really use as much because when I make smoothies, I realize it's all just sugar. So I just don't even make smoothies much anymore. My toaster, I don't eat gluten or dairy. So it's harder for me to have a toaster because I don't really even eat toast. So there's a lot of tools that I had that were kind of cluttering up my kitchen that I just don't use anymore. The air fryer is the one that has stuck. That and my electric kettle, which I do use to make tea. Those are probably the two appliances that I actually use. And I do have a glass kettle, so I highly recommend that one as well. All right, when it comes to daily routines, I have the same exact recipe every single day for breakfast. It is a oatmeal recipe. It's about 10 steps, and I have an actual cupboard in my pantry that is just for those ingredients, and I have consistent storage. So anytime I have to re-up, I'll just put it into the storage bins that it's in. but that has kind of evolved over the years, but I have had the exact same breakfast for about 5 years straight, and it's super good for me. I've really focused on it. I can leave it below if you want the recipe, but it is really good. It's really good for me, and I just like that routine of the same thing. That's my autism side coming in, is I like having the same thing every day. I know exactly if I'm out of anything, and it kind of eliminates a decision for me on what I'm gonna have for breakfast every single day. All right, so some of my favorite things that I've gotten in the last couple of years, I've really focused on materials. I've switched away from wood, which I thought wood was gonna be great. It's just harder to wash and it falls apart. So I've switched away from wood. I've switched away obviously from plastic, from all my plastic, and I've switched to 4 different materials: stainless steel, food grade silicone, wheat straw, and glass. Those are the only 4 types of things that I like to buy and put in my kitchen. Because they're much better for you than plastic and easier to clean and a little bit more sustainable than bamboo, which I did try for a while. I just couldn't get into. So for example, I went from plastic cutting boards to bamboo to now wheat straw, which I love. It has a little hole in it and I just hang it and hook inside of my kitchen. You can actually watch a TikTok that I did about this. I also have collapsible measuring spoons, measuring cups, and collapsible strainers that I also hook into my closet. I've also switched to ceramic for a lot of my dishes, easier to clean and a lot better for you, non-tox. So I've just kind of switched over a lot of things. All of my plates and cups are wheat straw, and it's been really, really great. So that's kind of my kitchen updates. I've done some videos about my non-tox journey, but that's really some of the things that I have updated. All right, moving into health and fitness. The number one thing that I have talked about in the past that has been helpful in my journey, and I do still recommend it, is my Apple Watch. I use this every single day for my walks. One of the things I've learned is that if you turn on if you're about to go on a walk, and I do walk 7,000 steps a day, I use the Steps app for this. If you turn on the outdoor walk option at the end and then you turn it off the moment you get home, it will update your VO2 max on your Apple Watch, which I do check every day. I do have a series of things that I check every day, including my HRV, my heart rate, my step count. I really do track all that. I did a whole video on how I make dashboards in Claude with that. It's very, very helpful to see my process with my health as I'm going through this protocol. But that is something that I actually do use every day. I did get a pack of different Apple Watches straps. What's cool about these is you can also put them around your ankle. So if you're on a treadmill in the winter, you can also put it around your ankle. Highly recommend it. I'll leave the link below. But this is a really, really powerful one for me, is having my Apple Watch every single day. I do sleep with it as well to track my sleep and heart rate. The other thing that I use every single day is my Bluetooth scale. I highly recommend getting a Bluetooth scale specifically because it allows you to have it automatically sync to your watch and to your phone so that you can track your weight, not just your weight, but also your body fat, your water weight. All that stuff is available on the smart scale. I would invest in it. You can get a pretty good one for like less than 30 bucks on Amazon. I might even upgrade mine because I use it every day to a better one, because mine is about 5 years old, which I think that the tech has updated since then. So I might eventually be selling mine and getting a new one. Some other things that I do check a lot is I update my stats, like I mentioned, into Notion. I also do all my blood testing in Notion, and that's something I don't obviously do every day, but I do look at it a lot and make sure it's related to my health journey. So that is something that I have worked on the last couple of years, is getting more blood tests and putting them into Notion. I also have a better supplement organization system. Now I used to put them in like buckets and stuff. Now I actually have a stepper where the first row is morning, the middle row is afternoon or dinner time, and then the evening is in the back. So that is a great way for me to visualize when, and I know, I just go down the line and take my supplements when I need them. So that's a huge one for me, is having a better system for my supplements. Like I mentioned, I walk 7,000 steps a day, and that is really great. I try to do it in the morning, afternoon, or early evening, right after dinner. It depends on if it's too hot that day, but I think it's really important. I used to do 10,000 steps a day. That was too many for me personally. I hit like a plateau, but for me, 7,000 is a really good one to hit. I do hit it every day. I'm about to hit 100 days in a row, but I do think getting your body moving, walking is the most important thing you can be doing for your body. I also do have a treadmill as well in the winter. So that one I will talk about in a second, but I do use a treadmill. It also has a vibration plate on it. So I upgraded my treadmill, and now I have one that has that as well. Okay, so some other things that I've also purchased is a vibration plate. So I have one on my treadmill, but I also have a separate one that I got first, but I use this one every single day. Now this might be a little bit TMI, but one of the first things you should do in the morning after you wake up is have a bowel movement. So one of the things that helps me is I stand on my vibration plate for 3 minutes and then I go and try to do a bowel movement. That is something that is really important to me as I'm going through my protocol, is to kind of get rid of all the stuff, flush out all the toxins that happened in your body while you're sleeping, and move on with your day. So that is the first thing that I do, is I stand on my vibration plate. So that is an important one that I have and actually still use to this day. A recent thing that I purchased is actually a Pilates Reformer. I love Pilates, it's really good for my body, and I was spending a lot of money going in person, so I thought I might as well just buy the actual machine and do YouTube videos. I've had it for about 2-3 weeks now. I'm still, learning how to use it, and in a sense where I'm trying to figure out how to fit it into my daily routine, but I do love it, and it's something that I hope sticks in my routine. I have bought other things in the gym that I've created for myself and I've gotten rid of, like a bike, a bench, some other things that I just feel like I don't really use enough. But I basically have 4 things. I got my vibration plate, my treadmill, my exercise machine, my Pilates Reformer, and a slant board, which I stand on and help with my ankle mobility. Those are kind of the 4 things I have in there, as well as some other just like weights and stuff. But that's a very big one that I have invested in recently. All right, moving on to more like sleep, sensory stuff. It's kind of important. So earlier this year, I realized that we spend over half of our day, half of our lives in bed. So having really good stuff for sleep is really important. The 2 things that I make sure that I have: 100% cotton sheets and 100% cotton pajamas. Because if we're sweating and we're trying to recover overnight from all the stuff that our body goes through every day, having plastic or polyester on us isn't good for us. So I've switched to now 100% cotton pajamas and 100% cotton sheets. And one thing about my sheets is I only have 2 pairs. I have one that's on my bed and then one that's in storage, so then I can just switch back and forth, because what was happening, it was getting too cluttered with like 5 pairs of sheets. So I got rid of them, and now I only have 2 pairs and just switch between them. So that's very, very helpful. I also have white ones so that if I need to bleach them, I can. Some other things I like to do in the morning is when I'm getting ready for my day, I'm putting my makeup on, I actually go in my closet. I have like a setup there. I have a red light that I sit under. I also have one of those lights that help you kind of wake up, a circadian lamp. I have both of them shining on me at the same time. It kind of habit stacks as I'm getting ready for my day. It's super easy. I just have a clamp red light. It's very, very helpful for me. And then the last thing that I want to mention is I do still have my daily hand sanitizer, but instead of having the Bath & Body Works ones, I just got a refillable one. And I just got some non-toxic, just straight up hand sanitizer that I can just pump in and refill. I do actually love using hand sanitizer. It just makes me feel like I'm a little bit more clean throughout the day. I'm not like a OCD person, but it's just like if I'm on the go and I'm like, I really feel like my hands are getting kind of gross, I'll just put on hand sanitizer and they're just on my keys. All right, the next category is a fun one, which is home systems. This is all stuff that I use inside of my house. So the first one that I wanted to mention is a new purchase for me, and that are shoe stackers. These are plastic and you can put them with your shoes, but they allow your shoes to kind of be organized better. I absolutely love these things. I bought them for all of my shoes and it just makes me feel excited. I know exactly where my shoes go and they just look so much better in my closet. I have them both in my closet as well as down in the basement or as I'm about to leave out the door. Truly a game changer. If you haven't gotten these, I highly recommend them and I will use them for the rest of my life. In addition, one of the other things that I have done in my closet is I have a large closet, so I have a lot of hanger space. I switched to using boot clamps for everything, for my pants, to my skirts, to my shorts. I fold them in half and I clip them to a boot, and it has changed my life because that way I can see everything. Again, with ADHD, it's out of sight, out of mind. That's why I don't like using drawers, because I forget things exist. I only use drawers for underwear and pajamas. I don't use it for any other clothes. I just put everything in the closet. So for me, having it in these boot clips, so helpful. I think I've bought them now 3 times. So I have a ton of boot clips now if I need them. And I just use one per item and it's very, very useful. Highly recommend boot clips. Some other things, one of the things that I've recently purchased that has been a huge game changer is my laundry system. Now, I have lived in this house for a couple of years. I have an upstairs and a main floor. My laundry's on the main floor, but my closet and my bedroom's on the top floor. So as you know, I would have to have my huge heavy laundry bin and carry it down the stairs. It was so heavy because it was not just the bin that was heavy, but it was all the clothes in it. And I would have maybe 2 or 3 loads of laundry in just one bin. It just got to be too much. I had also like 4 or 5 different types of laundry bins. I was like, this is not working for me. So I thought about it and I was like, I need a light. I need something light that I can carry down the stairs that's not gonna, especially being hypermobile, like it's very hard for me. So I found something that allows me to have 3 different loads. So I've got darks, whites, and colors, and it's on wheels. And then you just pick it up and carry it down, and it has a clip, so then I just hang it. It's so genius and has really transformed how I do laundry. It also is only 1 load, so it's very, very helpful for me as somebody who loves to not do laundry. It actually makes laundry so much easier for me in my systems. The last 2 categories, one is I got a new vacuum, which has helped me so much with my floors. I have a really thick carpet, so getting a good vacuum is really important. Also, I have things in every room. So for example, I have my glasses holder in both my bathroom as well as my bedroom, but I also have Apple and iPhone charger stations in every room. That helps me as I'm walking around throughout the day. If I run out of battery, I just pop it on, and wherever I'm sitting, I'm next to that item. It's been a huge game changer. And then lastly, decluttering. Getting rid of stuff, putting it on Buy Nothing, selling it on Facebook Marketplace, getting rid of stuff you don't use is the #1 thing that has helped my ADHD in the last couple of years when it comes to my house. Getting rid of stuff you don't need, giving it to someone who needs it. Even if you bought it, like literally just get rid of it. It's gonna make your life so much better. You're not gonna buy it again, and you have made better decisions with your purchases. All right, so the next category is tech that I still use every day. Now, the first one is, do I still use my Amazon Alexa? I do, not as much, especially because of AI tools now. They're gotten so much better. I do still use it for reminders and just to play music, but I don't really ask it a lot of questions or set up anything more than maybe a few alarms. That's about it. I do still use my Apple AirTag for my keys and inside of my car, but it kept falling out of its case. So I got this really cute little strawberry case for it, and it does work really well on my keys, and it's just kind of cute and it does not fall out. So that is one thing that I have done, is I have upgraded my case for my Apple AirTag, but I do still use that to help me find my keys. It's very helpful when I lose them all the time. My phone case that has a wallet on it, I still have it. I have a red one now, but this keeps all of my cards, my credit cards, my license, all in one, so I don't have to bring anything more than my phone and my keys. I obviously have a bunch of purses that I switch between, but that way I don't have to forget my wallet. I always have it on my phone. Some other tools I use, obviously I'm a big AI user. I use ChatGPT, I use Claude, I use Gemini, I use Notion. Those are the 4 I would say I use the most. And I also use tools like Notion Transcription to kind of help me organize my thoughts. And there's a lot of different things that I use. You should watch all my other videos for that. Some other things that I do also use AI for is shopping and figuring out what I need. So I actually use AI tools to help me decide on products. I do deep dives on things before I spend any money because I want to make sure I'm getting the right product. This has helped me so much in the past. It's given me so much input, and I also give it a lot of context of what I need, and it helps me come up with, like for example, the laundry system. That took me a long time to figure out. I used AI tools, I figured out what would make sense for me, and that's what really helped me decide on that specific model. All right, I wanted to mention a few things I've gotten rid of since past videos. #1, I haven't gotten rid of them, I just don't use them anymore. Smart plugs. I felt like for a long time I had all these lights that I would turn on, or I just haven't really used them, and I need to reset them up, and I just feel like I kind of got off the bandwagon with using them. Same with smart light bulbs. Like I have them, but I forget to use them and to change the colors, and I just haven't used them in a while. My standing desk, which I do have behind me, I still have it. I just don't use it as a standing desk. I mostly just still sit. I did get a new chair as well. I used AI to kind of help me decide which chair to get for my body, and that was a huge help, but I just haven't really used my standing desk or my fatigue mat. I think I got rid of it actually. Actually, it's in the corner. I just don't really use it because I don't really stand. It actually pains me to stand all day, so I end up sitting most of the time. And my chair does have a nice little footstool as well now, which is very cool. Some things I still don't buy: planners. People still talk about planners. I don't use planners. I don't use wall calendars. I don't really use anything physical. I do everything on my computer. I've talked about some of the other tools, some of my fitness tools I don't really use anymore. I talk about some of the food things I don't use anymore. But yeah, that's kind of the main ones from past videos that I noticed. I was like, yeah, I don't really use those much anymore. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention that I do use a lot and that I highly recommend is rechargeable batteries. I absolutely love them and I never have to buy batteries after that because I just recharge them and it's so easy. So I highly recommend to get rechargeable batteries. Get them in size D, which is the square one. Get them in size AAA and AA. Highly recommend getting a bunch of them then you will literally never have to buy batteries again, and you can just recharge them. Highly recommend rechargeable batteries. The things that improved my life were not the fancy things. It was the small everyday things that I just never really thought about until I really started taking my life seriously. I started taking my ADHD and my autism seriously and started to think about what actually will help me, what will help accommodate my daily needs. And this has been really, really helpful and game-changing for me. I feel so much more organized than I ever have, and that has been a huge shift for me. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the products or if you use any of these or recommendations. And I hope that I see you on Substack and here on my channel in the future. Bye!